Good morning, students. Today, we're going to learn about working with MS Access 2010. Here in this topic, we're going to learn about database, its type, that is flat file database and relational database, and then structure of database. A database is an organized collection of data. Instead of having all the data in a list with a random order, a database provides a structure to organize the data. One of the most common data structure is a database table. A database table consists of rows and columns. That is, a database is an organized way of storing information. It helps us to manage and access large amount of information quickly and efficiently. Types of database. First one is flat file database. A flat file is a data file that does not contain link to other files or is a non-relational database. A good example of a flat file is a single text only file that contains all the data needed for a program. That means a flat file database refers to a data file that contains records which have a small fixed number of fields without any structured relation. That means that is not related with any other table. Second type is relational database. A relational database is a type of database that stores and provides access to data points that are related to one another. Relational databases are based on the relational model, straightforward way of representing data in tables. That is, a relational database stores data in several tables and link those tables together to get a common piece of information. In this, two or more tables are linked together to get a particular information. They all are related with each other. The tables here in relational database are related with each other. Now come to structure of a database. A database table consists of rows and columns. In database terminology, each row is called a record, object, or entity. Each column is called a field or attribute. Database management systems are used to work with large databases, as it is very difficult to maintain a database manually when there are hundreds and thousands of records, as the chances of committing error increases. A computerized record keeping system is a collection of program that enables you to store, modify and extract information from the database. This system is known as DBMS, that is database management system. Now, here we're going to learn about few of the terminologies used in database that will help us in getting with the functions of a database. First one is table. A table is a collection of related data held in a table format within a database. It consists of columns and rows. In relational database and flat file database, a table is a set of data elements using a model of vertical columns and horizontal rows. The cell being the unit where a row and column intersect. So, the table is the building block of a database. They stores the complete data in a structured manner, that is in the form of rows and column. We used to fill all the datas here. Every table has a finite number of rows and column. Here in this figure, we can see the different elements of the table. These are fields, records, and data. What are fields here? All the columns in a table are called field. A field describes a specific attribute of all the records in a table. Now, record. The row in a table are called records. We used to call them tuple too. A record contains the value for all the fields that belongs to the single person or an entity. Here, for example, customer ID is BR092, name is Mary, last name is Green, and the birth date is 4th March 1980. This whole is a particular record. Data. It is a set of characters that represent a valid value. For example, here, if we are talking about the customer, uh, here we are talking about like last name is Green. Last name is Green. In the fourth record, this is what a data value is. This whole information makes a table. If we talk about column, these are fields and the attributes. Like first name is the column, we used to call it attribute and field 2. One more element is there, that is primary key, that is the unique identity of a particular uh, person, we can say here according to this table. This is the unique identity of a particular person. Now, queries. A query is a request for data or information from a database table or combination of tables. It helps to retrieve the filtered data based upon some conditions. Queries are also used to perform actions such as delete, update, etc. on the data based upon some criteria. Queries also helps us to perform, like we can able to add the records in our database, we can update such kind of things we can able to do with the help of queries. Forms. In a database context, a form is a window or a screen that contains numerous fields or space to enter data. Each field holds a field label so that any user who view the form get an idea of its content. A form is more user friendly than generating queries to create tables and insert data into fields. It has an attractive interface that accepts data from the user and forward it to the corresponding table or the query. Reports. A database report is the formatted result of the database queries and contain useful data for decision making and analysis. Reports offer a way to view, format, and summarize the information. For example, you can create a simple report of a phone numbers for all your contacts or a summary report on the total sale across different regions and time period. So, report is basically it displays the selected data in a printable format. The report collects the summarized data from one or more tables, queries, and organized it in a printable form.